Okay, number one, why is Kady there? Why is Kady there? Why? The whole premise of Love Island to me is like, okay, these people can't find love in the real world, so they're on an island to find love, which is already crazy when you think about it. That's a crazy concept. But it's like, Kady, you can find love. Like, how many followers does Kady have on Instagram? Like, I'm gonna check. 1.2 million followers. Kady, you can find love. Girl, look through your DMs. I promise you there's like a for you big ballers in there, baby. You don't need to be on Love Island. Why are you here? Like, I don't understand why they keep on bringing these old islanders back, but it's like, if you're gonna bring anybody back, bring Mora. Like, can we start? They're never gonna have the same energy. Like, Kady, like she said, she's looking for a husband. You know, she's looking for someone who can love her. This is not someone who's gonna be twerking in the back street like she was before. Yeah, Kady, go. She's a cute girl. She's pretty. I love her, but I don't need her there. Thank you. Scott, 22, footballer. I like Scott, you know. I think he's really calm. He's really chill. I love him for Catherine. For me, I always get a bit scared when these white boys go for these black girls, because I'm like, is this a fetishization? Is this like you just trying to be a weirdo? Like, are you just trying to be exotic? You know, what's going on? But with him, it kind of seems like, no. He finds her peng, he finds her butt. I remember one time, who was it? They were trying to say something like, it was like Catherine and a white girl. And then someone was trying to say something like, oh yeah, they're both different. He was like, yeah, they're both equally stunning. Like, don't try and play my girl. You never gonna play my girl. And that's why I like Scott. Don't play with it. Thank you. Sammy Root, 22, Kent. Now, and he's even a project manager, so Sammy got red skin. Okay, so what do I think about Sammy? First of all, Sammy's sexy. Like, I don't see enough people talking about how sexy Sammy is. Like, Whitney! Don't fucking play. Whitney's my... This is a Whitney stan account, okay? So if you do not like Whitney, just get the fuck out. I love Whitney. She reminds me so much of myself. She's so, like, just that bitch. Such a baddie. I love Whitney. Such a baddie. And I really love how cool, calm, and collected she is, but she's also intimidating at the same time. Like, it's just the perfect match. Like, she doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't get frantic. She doesn't, like, get anxiety, or you don't really see Whitney sweat. Like, so far, I have not seen Whitney sweat once. It's like, you can't make a baddie like me sweat. I be making you sweat. Let's get that correct. And I just love her confidence. And she's just like, seems to be friends with everybody. Everybody loves her. Like, Whitney is my girl. Like, Whitney is who I'm pegging as the it girl for 2023. Like, that's the new India, baby. Next, Zachariah. My issue with Zachariah is, like, at first I really liked him. I was like, oh, he's sex. Like, who you? You know? And I was interested in him. The voice is a bit cringe. I do like Zachariah's personality. I feel like he's kind of like the father of the group in a way. He gives very calming energy, and I like that about him. He doesn't really get too angry, and I feel like Mitch has given him multiple reasons to really just fly off the handle, but he doesn't really get angry. I like that. I like a man that doesn't react quickly. Like, it takes a lot for them to react. It shows that you're mature. All the girls seem to like him. I'm standing him and Whitney. I've been seeing him and Whitney from the get-go. Everyone's so shocked about him and Whitney. I'm like, are you serious? Like, they seem like the most suited out of everybody in that villa, and they seem like they would have good banter. And I feel like Zachariah would be able to handle Whitney, and I think Whitney would be able to handle Zachariah, because let's be clear, none of these bitches can handle Zachariah. You guys are all wet. The minute another girl comes, you fold. Act right. Even Kady, I was even shocked when Kady was moving mad over Zachariah. I'm thinking, like, why do you even care about this small boy? Like, Kady, girl. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'd be thinking, like, if it was me now. So yeah, I do like Zachariah overall. I like his energy. I think he's cool. Yeah, and I just feel like I would like to just see him in a more, because what I don't like about him is, like, every single girl he seems to say the same thing to you. Oh yeah, like, you're a bit of me, you're unreal, you know, I can see you getting along with my sister. I'm looking for something serious. It's like, babe. Tyrique, 24, semi-professional footballer. I don't know how I feel about Tyrique, and for multiple reasons. I feel like Tyrique is the biggest shit stirrer in that villa. Boom, bam, point blank, period. You're not gonna tell me otherwise. Like, to me, Tyrique is a shit stirrer. He's that one. I'll be like, so what do you think about this information that he knows that person doesn't know, and he knows he's breaking it to them for the first time, but he just wants to see their reaction. Like, always asking questions that he don't need to be asking, always involved in drama he don't need to be involved in. However, he's basically the reason for most of the entertainment on the show, because he's the only one that kind of, like, will call people out, kind of give it a bit of je ne sais quoi, a little bit of hood loving. Like, I don't know, something about Tyrique. So, like, don't evict Tyrique, don't get me wrong, but I don't fuck with Tyrique because I think he's so rude. The only thing about Tyrique that I'm a bit worried for him is that when he eventually does get his heart broken, Jesus, it's gonna be a disaster. He's gonna dissolve because he just looks like one of those ones like, I'm trying to protect my heart, but he's actually really a softie, like a proper softie. And yeah, good luck to him though. Like, hopefully him and Ella could just get married so he can just avoid that, because boy, that first heartbreak is just Bumba Molly, I just felt like I should talk about Molly because she was in there for quite a bit. Didn't like Molly from the get-go. Yeah, no, I just my spirit did not take to her. Think about Molly, sometimes I feel like the happiness and the chirpiness is a bit fake. Like, it seems a bit forced. Like, I don't mind a happy, cheerful person, don't get me wrong, but it should be authentic. It shouldn't be like you're like, do you know, just fuck off with that shit, honestly. Honestly, when she left, I was shocked. I can't lie. When Love Island just dropped her like that, I said, what? Another thing I didn't like about Molly, yeah, was that she always used to just play like, oh, I don't know. It's like, babe, you know. But then I feel like it's not her fault that she was with a crazy obsessive guy like Mitch. We will get to Mitch in a second. Catherine Agbaje. 22 from Dublin, commercial real estate agent. I love Catherine. I feel like, okay, let me take that back. I don't love Catherine. I'm indifferent to Catherine, but in the best way, because I just feel like Catherine doesn't really add much, but she's such a cutie and she's so pretty and she's just nice. You know, she's not a bad vibe. She doesn't say anything rude. She's just always staying in her little lane, never aggravating anybody. A little emotional guy. I'm sure she's a Cancer. She gives me Cancer vibes. She does. I like her and Scott just being quiet to the side, doing their own thing. I want Catherine to just act more like a baddie. Like, babe, you are a baddie. Like, let's be clear, you are a baddie. So I don't know if it's because you're in that Love Island situation, you're not feeling like a baddie, but you're gonna need to keep that because you are a baddie. And I just need Catherine to just remember that, okay? That's all I want from her. Okay, this is not an Ella stan club. We do not stan Ella here because, okay, to me, she's so miserable. Like, I can't explain it. And I know it's like, but she's just so miserable. Like, she just brings a dark cloud everywhere she goes. Like, I feel like she's always complaining. If it's not complaining about her situation, she's putting a damper on everybody else's situations. Like, she's the type of person that, like, you'll be like, oh yeah, well, my man didn't call me back for 3 hours. Oh, well, he was definitely cheating. It's like, bitch, I just thought maybe he was trying to give me some flowers, but you just jumped to the worst. Like, I might be wrong, but I'm rarely wrong about my vibe. Mitch. Now, I know a lot of people hate Mitch. I am here to say that why do we not like Mitch? He is an interesting guy. You know, he hasn't found love. No one seems to be really that interested in him. But beyond that, the thing about Mitch is that he's just very honest and very blunt. He doesn't have a filter. You know, he's just one of those people that just says exactly what's on their mind at the time that's saying it without possibly thinking if it's going to hurt somebody or if it's going to affect anybody else. He's just one of those people like, yeah, I said that. Yeah, I 100%. But I didn't mean it in that way because honestly, genuinely, I believe that most of the time he doesn't mean it in that way. But on the flip side, I do feel like he does play a bit dumber than he is. Like, I think he plays like, oh, you know, I'm so dumb. Like, I'm just goofy old Mitch. Like, I'm just Mitch. But I feel like he is smarter and he's like playing people at their own game. So it's like, if you think I'm dumb, yeah, I'm gonna be dumb. Like that kind of vibe. I think he's like a little, it's like a little snake in the grass, but he's like a little wolf in lamb's sheep clothing. Yeah. Jess! I love Jess and I love Whitney. I love Jess. Like, people saying she's two-faced and stuff like that. I do feel like, I wouldn't really say she's a girl's girl. Like, she doesn't give me girl's girl. No, she doesn't give me that. But she does give me, like, you know, loyal to the people that she cares about. That's what she gives me, which I can respect. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to back all you bitches all because we have a vagina. But I'll back one or two of you. You know, one or two of you can get my vote. That's what Jess gives me. Like, she has a good personality. And lastly, Mehdi. I know Mehdi's gone, but I just felt like I should just touch on him because for the longest time I actually really liked Mehdi's and Whitney's relationship. I thought it was like opposites attract kind of vibe. Like, they were so different, but you know when some people are so different that it kind of works? Clearly not for them. Mehdi, towards the end, he was acting like he was a bad bitch. And this was my little issue with Mehdi, which I have also faced, you know, in my dating relationships. This is why I don't like it. There cannot be two bad bitches in a relationship. Let me just tell you that right now. Mehdi thinks he's a bad bitch. That's just the truth. Mehdi is a bad bitch in his eyes, right? But Whitney is also a bad bitch. So it's like the bad bitch gets what she wants. Like, the bad bitch gets what she wants. But as a guy, you cannot be the bad bitch and then I'm also a bad bitch, then we're both bad bitching each other. One of you is gonna have to go down. And Mehdi, I'm sorry, Mehdi, that was you. You had to go. And I liked Mehdi, but not when you're trying to be you're trying to be better than Whitney. You can never be better than Whitney. You know those guys that are in secret competition with their girlfriends? That's what Mehdi was giving. You can never be better than Whitney. Let's just be clear. So those are my Love Island of unpopular opinions. I hope you like that. A bit of a different video, but I just thought I wanted to just talk, and I haven't been here in a while, so I thought let me talk. If you like this, definitely subscribe to my channel. The next video I'm going to do is going to be a Love Island unpopular opinions part 2, which I just talk about the show in general as opposed to the characters, so that's going to be good. And if you like this video, you might like my video about Nella Rose, you know, keeping it British up in here. So yeah, definitely check that out, and I will see you guys next Monday. Bye. Mwah.